Great pleasure right now to have join us on the program today. If anybody who has had a video camera or has done some shooting in video, this is going to be a very helpful book, very provocative and memorable title, too. It's called How to Shoot Video That Doesn't Suck. We're joined by the author, Steve Stockman, today. Steve, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on the show.
I'm glad you wrote a book like this, because as someone who does a lot of video shooting, particularly online and in the broadcast business, I think I agree with you wholeheartedly. There's a lot of bad video out there.
Well, I think part of the problem is there's just a lot of video out there. You know, video is exploding. I think that Cisco estimates that within 3 years, 90% of the information carried on the World Wide Web is going to be video.
Wow.
Which is extraordinary, and everybody has a camera in their pocket. You know, whether it's one of those Kodak point-and-shoot pocket video cameras, or an iPhone, or something else. Everybody is walking around with one these days, and so there's tons of it out there.
And everybody is a amateur journalist too.
Yeah.
They want it on TV, and they want it on, obviously, on the internet, but they also are, one of those shows like TMZ and all that. They're using a lot of homemade video now. News organizations are. So we're not seeing the cleanest video as we have in the past, are we?
No, but the real problem is that if your video isn't any good, then it's very difficult for people to sit through it. You know,
right.
And the hard part about video today is that if it's bad, it just gets turned off. You know, even your mother, if you send her video of your kids and it's badly shot, she's going to watch your link for about 10 seconds, and then she's going to run off and watch Family Guy just like everybody else.
Well, would that be the biggest mistake people make in shooting video, whether it's, they want it to be professional or just amateur? Is it just that it's too long, or what's the biggest mistake?
I think the biggest mistake is that people need to think in shots. You don't do long, boring 45-minute single shots. What you do is you think in terms of 5-second increments. And if you're at a birthday party, you shoot the cake being lit for 5 seconds, and then you shoot people singing happy birthday, and then you shoot the birthday girl digging into her cake for 5 seconds, and maybe when you get to the presents, skip all the part where you can't find the card and she doesn't know what present to open next, and skip all that stuff and just shoot the short little shots that interest you. So that'd be my biggest tip.
Yeah, I think so too, especially wedding videos or party videos. We don't need to see an actual top, do we? An edited version of 2 or 3 minutes usually works, right?
Yeah, and surprisingly, if you shoot in short shots, your video will go from hard to watch to pretty good instantly. You don't really have to do anything more than that. However, if you want to, I wrote a whole book about it.
You talk in the book about, and it's for people that maybe just want to shoot a party or something like that, but you also have a lot of great tips on people that may want to do some professional type work as well. And with the technology today, people can do professional looking work just using a computer to edit, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But I think that you can also do a lot of great work just by thinking about your video ahead of time. I think most people just don't give it any thought. But you spend 30 seconds before you walk into the wedding, and you look at the program, and you can see what's going to happen during the wedding. And you've been to weddings before. And if you look around the room and go, well, where should I be standing when the bride and her dad do the first dance? And you can figure some of that stuff out in advance. Doesn't take a lot of time, isn't technical, but your videos will be much, much better if you think about that.
Well, one great tip I just reading through the book, and I think it kind of hits home, is you don't recommend using the zoom on the lens, but rather walk in yourself. That makes it a more interesting shot, right?
Yeah, the camera technically handles it better. A zoom is shaky. It's how they did those old Star Trek rocking the ship when the Klingons attacked
right.
back in the 60s. Those are just zoom lenses, and they just jiggle them, and it looks like there's an earthquake. And that's true on your home video camera, too. If you're using a zoom, it's generally going to look like garbage. But if you don't use the zoom and instead you walk very close, not only will your pictures shake less, but you'll be more connected to your subject, and you'll get better close-ups, which is important.
And
I put a lot of tips on my website, which is Steve Stockman, STOCKMAN.com, and I put tons of tips. I did a book trailer video that you can watch and critique in the comments section and tell me whether it sucked or not. And you can even download a free sample, like the first 20 pages of the book are free that you can download on the site.
It's a great website, and I know we have limited time, but I just want to ask you one quick question before we have to wrap up. So many people want the viral video now. I know you talk about that in the book. Do you have any tips on that, or is that getting out of hand with people?
I guarantee you that your video will go viral with two simple words: naked celebrity. If you don't have a naked celebrity, then the only way your video will go viral is if you make it great. And the way to make it great is to practice and try some of the things in the book.
It's great information in the book. Really easy to read, split up into short 2 or 3 page chapters on each tip. And Steve, appreciate you joining us today. Again, the website, stevestockman.com, right?
Yep, that's right.
You can get the book there. It's called How to Shoot Video That Doesn't Suck. And Steve, appreciate talking today. I know you said you have relatives living down here in Sarasota. If you're ever down here, please look us up. We'd like to meet you in person sometime.
Thanks, Tony. I appreciate it.
Great. Thank you very much.